Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading about what looks to be a divine masculine, but I did put in the title King. Specifically, we have the King of Pentacles here, and I feel like this King of Pentacles has always had, an amount of people that admire this person. There's an energy here of a leader, but they have been going through a pretty difficult time. They've been carrying a lot of weight on their shoulders, and I think kind of dealing with some responsibilities that are not their own. So they are getting ready to take action because they have had time to think about what's going on and how they can, I guess, lighten their load and make changes that would be positive in their life so that they can be happier, right? Work less, play a little bit more. So let's call in spirit and see what else we have here with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Happy Tuesday. Oh, I love the flowers. Good morning. Good morning. How are we both doing today? So I think we want to start off with the energy oracle, you guys. I'm feeling drawn to this. Ooh, you know what I just noticed? All three of us have the same start, like, to our name. That's C-A-R. We've got a K, Karen, but that's all right. We have the Healer of the Ages. And the Magician. Specifically the Magician in the Mirror. Wow, that's powerful energy. So we do have two masculine energies in these two cards. So I feel like there is a pretty good chance that this reading is about or for a divine masculine. We have somebody here that has been, I think, kind of avoiding their skill or avoiding their intuition. It kind of comes across to me as somebody who feels like they need to really try to be normal, really try to be masculine and manly. So, like, I don't know how many of you have ever watched a ghost story kind of show where there's a family being haunted and the kids and the mom are like convinced it's actually happening. And then they're mad because the dad is like, oh, I don't believe in that crap. I'm a skeptic. Like, not trying to make fun of anyone here, just like that resistance to the otherworldly, right? And I feel like this person has finally accepted, like, look at, we have open arms with both of these gentlemen here. I feel like somebody has finally accepted, like, I'm a little bit different. I have, strong intuitive messages, or I am a healer, right? Because we have Healer of the Ages, which means somebody here is uniquely suited to helping others heal from trauma that they have gone through that is similar to theirs. Um, this could represent a person who has a nursing degree, a person who, um, would qualify as a therapist, right? Whether or not you have that education, sometimes you just have that innate ability to help your friends get through difficult times. This would be somebody that friends and maybe even family seek out in order to feel better about their situation, right? And beyond that, we also have something here that tells me there's an appreciation for duality because we have the two different palms, I don't know, holding like good and bad, light and dark, cold and hot, like, and over here we have two flames. So I feel like we have definitely got a potential here that somebody is either a fire sign or an earth sign. So that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But more importantly, what we have is somebody here who is coming to the realization that like they can kind of enjoy life better because they appreciate why there are balances and differences, right? I have to pick up Mr. Hambone because sometimes he likes to say hello. Would you like to deal any other cards out for us today? No? Okay. I know some of you haven't seen Mr. Hambone, so got to make sure you have the opportunity to see him if you haven't. All right, let's pull a few more cards for you. I think we need some tarot. I think we need the Edgar Allan Poe because we definitely had somebody that had to kind of hide who they really are to maybe friends and family. Death. Five of Cups in the reverse and Eight of Cups. You guys, this is a lot of Scorpio energy. So I do have to call that out as well. Otherwise, just water signs in general. Honestly, it's really just coming out as we have probably a pretty large sample of the collective that would relate to this reading in one way or another. We've got he likes to build a mountain in the litter box. It's adorable. We've got somebody who is going through a pretty major transformation. Somebody who realizes that there is something bigger or something greater that they're destined for. In some situations, this would be somebody basically being more comfortable letting go of the things that no longer serve them than they did in the past. So we have somebody who is definitely seeing the true reality, right? Like this is somebody who decided to, you guys, I can't remember. Is it the red pill in the Matrix is the one that means you want to like stay in the Matrix, and the blue pill is when you want to leave. I think that's what it is. Whichever one where somebody's like, it's cool. I just want to know like the reality of the situation. I'm tired of living in a dream. I'm tired of dealing with other people's stuff. I'm going to make some changes here. And the important thing to remember about the Eight of Cups, do you see how he's walking towards the moon? It feels to me like on the one side, we have somebody here who is pursuing their own intuition, pursuing their own gifts, it's like, I'm a detective and I'm trying to figure out the secrets of my own life. This person is comfortable now with a little bit more solitude and okay with leaving things in the past. There's like a sense of acceptance here. And when you have the Eight of Cups, this is somebody who's walking away from something that isn't right for them to go towards something that is their wish fulfillment. But we have Nine of Cups in the reverse, you guys. So what I'm telling you we're walking towards is still in the reverse, which means we are likely at this point here where somebody has walked away from a lot of things that are no longer serving them, but they have yet to take that action towards what they really want, which is why we have Judgment, right? I want to make sure you guys see this. So we have answering the call to action creates new opportunity. So once somebody decides to walk away from the old and walk towards what they want, they get new opportunities. Strength in reverse and the Lovers. All right, you guys. So we have a situation here where somebody feels hesitant to reach out. I would even go so far as to say like timid or fearful. Do you see how the hands are very like timid in terms of reaching out towards each other? In the Lovers card, I feel like there is this secret connection, this thinking about each other but not really saying much. I definitely feel like there's a chance we have some no contact for most of you here, but maybe some of you have a little bit of contact, right? Like, oh, once a week we ask how we're doing, but that's it, right? We don't get into the like nitty gritty, like the deep emotion stuff. But we have somebody here who is trying to work up the courage to pursue their soulmate. All right, you guys know me. I love the situations deck, so we're going to dive into the situations deck real quick. What else do we have about this divine masculine? Oh, these came out yesterday. Trying to think. I think this was in the first reading from yesterday. I think this was the one where the title's like walking away from an explosion with sunglasses on. So we have threatened, embarrassed, appearances, and pressure cooker, rage, ready to explode. Who's angry? Why so serious? um this is clarifying the death card. I think there are some people that this masculine is leaving behind that are pissed off. Like some of you masculines out there, you might feel like you have to like leave in the middle of the night. You might feel like you have to not tell people where you're going. You might feel like you have to move in silence, right? Because there's definitely some anger here. This is weird, you guys. This is the same as yesterday. And now we have the wish card coming out. Good morning, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? Yeah, definitely check out the reading from yesterday if you haven't already. Bonus, you get to hear the loudest stomach grumble ever. So I was really hungry yesterday. So we have the wish card. And remember, I was saying when somebody walks away from what doesn't serve them, they walk into or walk right toward what they really want, right? Their love interest. I think we have somebody who's very upset because they have realized that this masculine no longer wants them and that the masculine is actually interested with somebody or in somebody else, right? In making a life with somebody else. So this Scorpio energy could be, or this, like, I should say, water sign energy could be more so pertaining to an ex. Yeah, I'm going to go with it was an ex or it is an ex, right? So we have TikTok in the reverse, time running out. Time is out, right? Like this is in the past because this was not unconditional love because there was like a codependency vibe here or and I'm going to use you kind of vibe in this relationship that made the masculine say, this is not what I want. This is not my life. I'm going to make changes because I know I deserve somebody who actually loves me for who I am, right? Yeah, this Eight of Cups is a big deal because it even looks like for some of you, this person has decided to move. For some of you, this is I need to get away from the person that I was living with. I need to have a new roommate. I need to live by myself. For others of you, this is I'm ready to leave this whole community behind. I'm moving to a different state. I'm moving to a different country. I do feel like this is a very big moment for this person. Notice in the love affair card, we have keys over here, right? But it's in the reverse. So it's like a sexual based relationship or something that wasn't a fulfilling relationship. I feel like there's access being denied, like, I don't want to live with you, or you can't move with me, or I changed the locks. There's something here about a relationship for this masculine energy is only worth it if it's something beyond sex. It has to have something with meaning, right? And I feel like this ex wasn't really delivering in terms of that unconditional love, that really meaningful love that you want, right? Hi there, Jaya Sankar. How are you doing? All right, let's see. I'm gonna grab a few from the Signs of the Times Oracle. The Yield sign. So we have a need for some patience here. And then we have divine guidance with the stars. This person, remember I said, this person is paying greater attention to their intuition. That's a really important component of any ascension, is listening to what the voice inside of you says instead of listening to what everybody else thinks you should be doing. Um, Look, I want to be as helpful a guide as I can to all of you, but at the end of the day, you're also still responsible for figuring out, is this reading actually my message? What is the most important thing that I can take away from this? And what is my own intuition saying, right? What does my gut tell me that I need to do? I feel like we have somebody that has finally tuned into that radio station. I don't know if you guys have heard me make that comparison before, but in my opinion, our intuition is like a radio station. Sometimes we get a little bit too distant and then it doesn't come in very clearly, right? And if we get distant, to me, that's a sign that you're not paying attention to your intuition. I would also say that intuition is like a second language or a third language, right? If you're not practicing that language, if you don't speak it, if you don't hear it, you can lose it. So somebody is becoming a little bit more familiar with the rules around their own intuition and listening into that intuition with greater frequency. See what I did there? A little pun for you guys. But we do have some delays here, right? With the yield sign. There's something, you guys, I didn't even notice that. Look at the numbers. 333. So that could be important. All right, let's see. We need some more tarot. This is the gold foil tarot. Yep. We have somebody who was financially dependent upon or codependent upon the masculine energy, who is upset that their cup of love has been rejected, or in other words, there's been an ending or a breakup here. So there's an angry ex here, you guys. There's definitely the potential for some drama, right? Because we have pressure cooker. That means like somebody's trying to figure out how to inflict damage, basically. Ooh, this is interesting. So we have the Five of Cups in the reverse from the Edgar Allan Poe. And then clarifying that is this wish, hope, praying, yearning, and then the Five of Cups in the upright, which feels to me like people being on very different pages, right? One person ends the relationship and they're ready to move on towards new things. They've already, do you know how like the person who ends a relationship oftentimes has already started that process of mourning the relationship, right? Like, I know this has to end. I've seen the truth. I've seen, that I'm not happy. and they start to let go before they actually communicate quite often, right? Doesn't have to be. But I feel like we have somebody here who had already kind of mourned the relationship and started to move on, whereas the ex didn't see this coming at all. When the relationship ended, there was a lot of emotion that came out, a lot of anger. There could have been like things thrown across the room or threats made. Five of Cups in the reverse is a healthy sign. Five of Cups in the upright is like, I'm stuck in the past. I can't get over what happened. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Cups. The Lovers in the reverse. This relationship had to end because the masculine energy was unable to let go of the memory of a Queen of Cups, unable to stop thinking about the one that got away. So there was a decision that was made several months or maybe even several years ago to not pursue this Queen of Cups or to walk away from this Queen of Cups. And that was difficult for the masculine energy to move past. Another reason why we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, right? We had somebody choose a false love over a real love. The Souled card being clarified by the Lovers in the reverse makes me feel like we have somebody here that has moved away from their ex. Three of Swords in the reverse and the Tower. Everything is changing because somebody is healing what has been causing them grief, right? Because we had the Ten of Wands, somebody who feels overly burdened, kind of like losing steam, right? Like, I've been doing this for so long. Well, that person has seen what they needed to change. I love these cards. They're so sparkly. And they're changing it. What do we have? We have two people falling out of a tower, right? Like, this feels to me like a family member and an ex that are upset with this masculine for making changes. Now, take it how it resonates. That could be more so a friend. But there's a change here that seems kind of big or drastic that this masculine energy is making. And as a result, there are people who are frustrated. They don't really agree with what this guy's doing, right? Now, keep in mind, I use terms like he or guy, but we all have feminine and masculine within us, so you'll have to figure out whose energy goes where, right? Wow. Another Eight of Cups. I don't know why, but for some of you, probably very few of you, the numbers 9, 7, and 8 are important for you. Like, somebody could be born in September of 1978, for example, or that could be an area code. But what I really see is we have somebody that was, it's like they celebrated this relationship. They were excited. They were like, yeah, this is what I wanted. And then they realized it wasn't what they wanted. They realized that they had to build up the courage to defend their position, to defend what they wanted. And then they walked away. So it feels to me like this was an important karmic lesson in terms of, what do I want in a relationship? Who do I want to be with? Who am I as an individual, right? And those are pretty big questions to answer. But this person, I think, has had that ability to like dig deep and figure out who they actually are, because we do have some pretty important cards coming out here. There's that 10 of Wands again. Part of what was so difficult, like that heavy burden that this masculine was carrying around, was the idea that they had lost somebody important to them, somebody that they really cared for, didn't stick around, or wasn't welcomed by this masculine, right? We have the Hanged Man and the Page of Wands in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody who knows they need to say something, but they haven't said it yet. Like, I know I need to be honest. I know I need to tell you, I regret, not getting with you. I regret not telling you how I feel. I regret pursuing something with somebody else. These things are causing a little bit of grief for the masculine because he hasn't said them yet, right? Like, I know what I need to do, but I haven't done it yet. Hello, Ivan. How are you? Nice. We have the Four of Pentacles, and the Empress in the reverse. Yeah. So when we see the Empress in the reverse, we know that all of the things the Empress in the upright has going for her have kind of eluded this feminine energy, right? So we have somebody here who is a user. The Empress in the reverse is generally somebody who is emotionally manipulative, likes to get things that they want by making other people get them for them, right? So the Empress in the upright would be somebody who's like creative and can build things, right? You can build an empire, but the Empress in the reverse is not capable of doing that. So they have to find somebody else, like somebody else's empire, right? So with this Four of Pentacles, we know probably this masculine energy has decided to cut somebody off, right? If you had access to my bank account, you no longer have that. If you have my phone number, you no longer have it. Like this is like shoot, shoot, closing the door. Like, I don't want you in here. This is the Golden Art Nouveau. There have been delays here, obstacles. I feel like it was a lot of effort to plan out the change here, especially if we're talking about a long distance move where somebody probably had to work out the job situation, deal with leases or the sale of a house. Like there were a lot of tasks that needed to be crossed off the to-do list. But I feel like this person is still committed to the end goal of leaving where they've been living and traveling elsewhere. The Three of Wands is about taking action. I've made plans. I know what I want to do. Now I'm going to actually do it. And it's great because this is right underneath the Eight of Cups. I mean, it's literally walking away. So we know somebody planned it and now they're taking action on it. Chariot, movement, the fastest moving energy in the tarot. And the Wheel of Fortune. This is really positive. So where somebody may have felt delayed or like they couldn't make progress the way they wanted to, they're now feeling like things are moving forward. This may even be like a little bit uncomfortable, like, oh, I don't know why I get the sensation of like something moving faster than you thought it would. Like you make all of these plans You maybe even had like a countdown, like, okay, I'm gonna fly out on the 20th, you know? Like, holy crap, I still have to pack. I have to get everything done. I have to do this. Somebody's like caught up in a whirlwind and it's excitement, but it's also a little bit of nerves, right? But it's good change. This tower isn't good for everybody, but it is good for this masculine. But there is a delay here or an obstacle that is purposefully put in this masculine's path by the ex. This Queen of Wands in the reverse is hoping to, I mean, honestly, this could be sending negative energy. Like, I hope this doesn't go well for you, or, I broke your rearview mirror. I don't know, something weird like that. Like, I'm just trying to make it difficult for you to actually make this change or actually make this move. But I don't think it's not gonna have the impact this person thinks it will, you know? Like, okay, you put a nail in my tire. It sucks that I have to go buy a new tire, but I'm gonna go buy a new tire and then I'm still gonna leave. I just like dislike you even more. Good work, you. Like, what were you hoping for? Yeah, exactly. No matter what you do, I still have what I need. I still know what my mission is. I'm very capable. I'm going to take action on it. You cannot stop me. The world. The world is a card that can indicate travel for obvious reasons. It can also indicate the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. And I do feel like that's what we have here. And it does look to me, with the Three of Cups in the reverse, that at the very least, we have somebody here who has decided, I don't want to be in a love triangle. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that I don't actually care about or I don't actually see as my better half. I want to give all of my love and attention to the person that I actually care about. For others of you, this is a rejection or a departure from an entire community. I don't want to deal with you low vibe people. You're not on the same page. You're not interested in becoming better people. You're very jealous. You just gossip about each other. I'm out of here, right? So take it how it resonates. But this person is like, that's not for me. And this is. So I'm just going to go over there. Ace of Wands, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And what does this scream to me? Because I already said the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse came out with the Queen of Cups, the one that got away, the beloved. The Queen of Cups is like the sweetheart of the tarot. We've got a new beginning with the one that got away. I'm going to find my person and tell them how I feel. Now we also have the Ace of Wands clarifying the Three of Wands. If you add these together, this is the Four of Wands, which is a twin flames card. Twin flame card. So I feel like we have, for many of you, a twin flame story here where you have had a number of roadblocks and issues. And this person is like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like taking a scythe and like chopping down all the field that's in between you and them, right? Like, yeah, this seemed like a big deal or a lot of effort long ago, but the longer I'm without you, the more valuable or like worthwhile it seems for me to go through all of that trouble to get to you, because there is no one like you. Yes, there is no one like you. Seven of Cups in the reverse. This person may have a ton of options in the love department. You may have a ton of options in the love department. But just like I was, getting rid of obstacles, I feel like they're getting rid of the love interest. Like, no, 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 you're not right. No, no, I know you're not. I know who's right for me, and you are not it, right? There's an awareness here, right? I know who this person is for me, and I'm not going to be able to replace them. Thank you, Chelsea. Jenny, as I often say, you've got to take that gender component and make it fit for your life, right? So these are not saying specifically the Queen of Cups is a female. So we also have to accommodate for the fact that we have our non binary friends out there, right? These are energies. So take it how it resonates. Hello there, Dina. Good morning, Nancy. How are we both doing? So we also have this Page of Wands in the reverse. This is where we have the lack of courage coming in. Didn't we have strength in the reverse? So we had strength in the reverse, right? Somebody who is working up the courage to have this conversation with their soulmate. They're a little bit concerned that I might know that you're my person, but do you know that I'm your person, right? Is there that understanding between us? Well, it kind of feels though. We have the Temperance card accompanying the King of Cups. They view you as like an earth angel. Like when they picture you in probably white, which could be, let's get married. But they view you as like this interesting dichotomy of innocence and wisdom, which is to say, you cannot be wise unless you've been through some pretty difficult things and seen some shit, right? So I feel like we have a lot of admiration and respect for how you've remained positive or how you're still a positive influence for others despite going through some pretty difficult things. There's an innocence within you, but there's also that like knowledge of the world. Like you've seen some stuff, right? This King of Cups is working up the courage to express his emotions, but he hasn't always been the best with communication. All right, let's get some Romance Angel Oracle. See what else we have for you guys. Worth waiting for. Yeah, it's definitely something that requires patience, right? We know that there's been a wait here. We know there's likely been a no contact situation, or maybe even, a point where both of you were like pretty much determined, like, this isn't going to happen. This isn't right. Definitely feels a little twin flamey to me. Like we each have our own healing that we need to go through before we can say, okay, now is the right time, right? Oh, yes. I don't often see it that way, but I know what you mean. Especially since we have the Seven of Cups here. We have chemistry, but I probably don't have to tell you that. You already know there's chemistry here. I do think there is a lot of attraction, but beyond that, I think there's what the Brits would call good banter, right? You can have a good conversation with this person without having to rely on a third party. You guys just click. Four of Wands, indeed. Yeah, I think we have a knowledge here that you are the one. There's no one like you. So if I have to, jump a few hurdles to get to you, then I will. We have released your ex. This could be a message for you. This could be a message for your person. But regardless, if you are hoping to have a new beginning, you have to make sure that there's closure on the other chapters, right? So we had the world, the close or the end of one chapter, and the beginning of a new chapter. That's really all endings are, right? Beginning for something else. Children, your love life is being affected by children. So for some of you, you may feel like you can't move, or you may feel like where you live is dictated by your children. For others of you, you may feel like your child or children would be really helpful in terms of determining, is this the right person for me, right? Just as an example, maybe you want to have more children and they do not. Maybe you want to have children and they do not. There's something here that you need to consider pertaining to children. All right, let's get a few more for you guys. What do you think? Should we go with the Kipper? I told you, there's definitely distance here. If you don't live far away from each other, which could be, anywhere from an hour to more, right? Then it's an emotional distance. But there is distance for sure. This person doesn't know what you're thinking. And they would pay a pretty penny to know what you're thinking about them. They sure would. I feel like you are maybe a little bit more adept at listening to your intuition. We have sudden wealth in the reverse. Imprisonment and journey. So I do feel like for some of you, we have a situation here where somebody has ended a relationship that felt very closed in, right? Like there may have been a lot of jealous fights, a lot of, I need to look at your phone, I need to know where you are all the time, that kind of thing. But we have journey. Somebody is ready to move. Somebody is ready for a new chapter. All right, let's go with, we'll get a few more from the Golden Girls, and then we probably have to call it because we're getting close to 50 minutes, and sometimes they mess with my audio. Although the other day, I think I did like an hour and a half. No problem. So that's kind of cool. What else do we have? Knight of Wands. Somebody taking action. Two Swords in the reverse because they know exactly what they want. They know exactly where they're going. Oh yeah, they're headed towards you. The Queen of Cups. Whoever you are, you have demonstrated that you are genuine, that you love without abandon, right? Like if I love someone, I'm going to tell them, right? If I love someone, I'm going to treat them as such, right? This person had enough of the fake love. I'm hearing Selena Gomez, Same Love in my mind right now, partially because I just love her. She's great. So this person's finally taking action, but they feel like look at those Seven of Swords. I told you, we have somebody here who feels like they have to be a little bit secret, right? Like, I know where I'm going, but I can't tell people where I'm going. For most of you, I feel like this is because somebody feels like if their ex knew where they were going, there would be trouble following them, right? For others of you, this is family or friends with a desire to manipulate the life or with a little bit of jealousy. The energy that I feel like I'm reading for, you're going to probably have more than one person interested in you at any given time. The energy that you provide is something that is healing and caring, which means people kind of just want to like snuggle up to you. The Seven of Swords could indicate that we have somebody that feels like if they told people where they were going, there would be other arguments. So we could have a number of people that are threatened by this relationship happening. Mhm. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back shortly with some shorts and then another live stream for you guys later today. Hope to see you there. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day.